So we're taking a look here at Honda's HSS724AT and the ATD model snowblower. Got these reviews from Honda's power equipment website. So wanted to kind of go through here and see what some of these reviews are really saying, right? And curious, what brought you here? Are you guys looking at different models and just trying to see what are some of the pros and cons of each? So just want to read through some of these. 4.2 stars seems, honestly, it just seems a little bit low for a Honda machine, especially for that price point. I mean, look at that. It's about $3,000 average for these models. That's insane. Of course, you get the track drive system, so it's going to be a little bit higher, right? And of course, you're paying for quality, right? But let's take a look through some of these reviews. Used my snowblower for the first time today. It's a few years old in New Jersey with 6 inches of snow on the driveway. Using the snowblower at anything even remotely about half speed would bog it down to the point I wanted to stall. My wife was using our one stager and was moving faster than I was, and she was taking a full width on her machine. What machine was it? I'm curious. Zero problems. The machine has brand new gas in it, and the engine was operating perfectly. Well, apparently not if it's bogging down. When engaging the tracks, a slight dip in power was noticed, and as I moved down the driveway, my wife was on her return pass when I was only halfway down. Hold on, I'll catch up to you, honey. Just give me a second. I can't believe this machine, which performs so poorly, I have to go at it snail's pace. But it's also a heavy machine too, well below half speed, or the machine would bog down. I wonder if the tracks if they typically would move slower than the wheels. I don't know. I've never used one of these, but let's see what else he's saying. The machine is built beautifully and the features are nice, but it doesn't perform. I literally am in total buyer's remorse. I have zero confidence this machine will be able to handle anything above the 6 inches we had on our drive. So 6 inches, because that's all you get, right? Anything more than that, you got to have the wife do it. To the point of buying this two-stage was to have a fail safe if my one stager couldn't handle a larger storm. I used the one stager to handle the 3-foot blizzard we had a few years ago, and it made it through to my amazement. My wife wanted me to buy a second one, and he said nope. Getting the best, I'm getting a Honda. I've never been so disappointed in a product in my life. I literally feel like I wasted my money. Wow. Okay. Well, I wonder what the return policy was and how long it took this guy to realize, But let's take a look at some more. First time works well mostly. Okay, so you're spending $3,000 on a machine and it works well for the most part. First time Honda snowblower had an errands and simplicity. This machine mostly works well as long as you aren't moving compacted or wet snow. It throws light snow a country mile. Well, it said it threw snow about 49 feet. That's probably really light and fluffy stuff, right? Handles well, starts on first pull and is quiet and smooth, just severely underpowered for heavy stuff. Now, yeah, I know the Aaron's is a little bit, has higher CCs, a little bit, so yeah, maybe it's just a little underpowered for its size and features. As soon as you get anything difficult, it bogs down. There are a lot of things to love about it. The tracks, the turning, throwing of sight, light snow, just can't do hard work. Another one. It's not a sealed switch. It's a bad design that seems purposely built to fail. I wish I would go back to the bulletproof crank handle chute. The electric chute is also slow to move. It's irritating. The chute control itself is difficult to find as a part, and with an inoperative chute, you're screwed. Well, yeah, if it's not throwing the snow, what are you going to do, right? I always like the manual stuff. Sometimes I hate so many features with everything. Just keep it simple. I hate all these extra features. But I know that's just not how things are now. You don't need the light in the daytime. It's just more burn time on the light. Heavy machine, hard to maneuver and turn even with the track control handles. Shear pins everywhere. There are 8 to 10 different shear pins on this machine, from the track drive to the auger to the first and second stage augers. You'll spend $100 on various shear pins. They snap easily, but thankfully they're pretty easy to change. No heated grips. That seems sort of petty, but when it's 10 degrees with 45-mile-per-hour winds, it's not. No, it's probably not. Just get some better gloves, I guess. Why does the auger gear case between the two augers not have a drain hole on the bottom to make gear oil fluid change simple? You have to remove the entire tranny cover and purchase a new gasket to change the auger. Gee, that sounds complicated. You got to do all that? You have to remove the entire tranny? Holy crap. Terrible engineering. This is a high-quality machine with a great Honda engine that is plagued with a lot of stupid quirks, bad engineering, and easily overcome shortcomings. But when I pay $2,600, I expect Don't expect to have a dump to dump $200 in parts in the first 2 years. The light switch, hour meter, shear pins, and that stupid shoot control come to mind. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I just feel like, some people are just expecting too much in a machine, right? I mean, what do you expect? It's not going to be perfect. But, I mean, hey, I like to read these reviews. Nice little machine, but too impressed initially. You don't be too excited. Otherwise, you're going to set yourself up for disappointment later, right? Just bought one of these 3 days ago and tried it for 10 minutes at home. Turning with this machine is nice and easy. No more laboring to get the wheels to engage or not. Nice change. Not very powerful, but does throw snow a fair distance, so I'm happy. The second day we had a bit of snow and it took it out for 10 minutes and the electric chute would not come up anymore. And it was stuck down. So all these complaints about the chute, right? Had to load it in the trailer and bring it to my Honda dealer. And they ended up changing the switch. Pretty sad to run into this issue with 20 minutes of total use. I mean, those things are going to happen from time to time, unfortunately. Maybe their quality control is not very good anymore. Who knows? Doesn't expect this from a $3,200 Canadian dollars. Not impressed. Okay. And then here's some of the specs that you can kind of look through. So, yeah, total CC is 196. I think the Aaron's is up there, 210, 220, something like that. I can't quite remember, but just want to throw that in there for your viewing pleasure, right? A few more we got. Shoe clogs constantly. You can always spray it with some kind of lubricant or wax. Sure bolts break again. Okay, typical. The snowblower is the third brand I have owned, and I will use this one for the rest of my life. The tracks do not spin out. I own other Honda products. I'm completely happy with them. Easy to use and reliable. Two quibbles: the price and the fact that I have to engage the clutch, and then the auger to get the auger to stay engaged, instead of the more logical engage the auger and then the clutch. Probably an easy fix. Okay, so that doesn't seem terrible. Honda snowblower number 3. Disappointed with my performance. I have a 25-year-old Honda. Makes my 724 look like a toy. Well, why don't you keep that one then? Even my 2-year-old performs better. I have 3 uses on the new machine. The first 2 were in wet snow. The new 724 clogged so bad. There it is again, clogging. It bogged down. The third use was in drier snow, but it still bogged down going into a foot of snow. I mean, I get it, but sometimes you're going to overwork the machine, even though it's got some capabilities, right? I mean, go easy on it. What do you expect? I'm also wondering why the chute opening in the new machine is an inch smaller on both sides. I mean, yeah, things change, right? Is this the part of the horrible clogging issues? Hoping they're rejetting and adding an impeller kit. About the 724, because I used one for a winter back in 2011. That was a roommate's, and it was very impressive. Very impressive machine. Not sure what happened in 12 years, but it's not the same performer. Let's see what else. The bad. When you raise the bucket height, you force the handle height down. You have to seriously bend over to operate with the bucket elevator. If you're over 5'7", you will hate this. So, buyer beware. Don't be over 5'7" and trying to buy this machine. Otherwise, you're gonna come across something that is going to be a pain, right? I already mentioned this ticking electric chute control. Very irritating. Shear pins break again. But I see that a lot with different reviews on different products. So, I mean, it's probably just pretty common. Needed improved. See, again, the heated grips should be a standard. I mean, I guess for that price, you would think, right? Let's see what else. Not impressed with performance. I love the track drive and ability to lift and lock the height, and also the electric chute controls. And disappointed with the chute plugging, the wet snow. More of the same. Low power. When deciding to purchase the snowblower, I assumed a Honda with 7 horsepower would be enough. The snowblower, which is new, struggles with minimal snow. Have to go slow and can't handle a full width clearing. Top end power isn't there. Very disappointed. I mean, that's it. That's how it is, right? So, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Let me know what other products you want to see. Stay tuned for product spec comparison videos. We'll see you next time.